Evening guys, and welcome to another stream. Tonight we're here commentating on the BTCC Season 9 Round 1 at Circuit de la Sarthe, no chicane. And I'm ably being assisted tonight in the commentary by Budge Fett. Say hello, Budge.
Good evening. How about that?
Brilliant.
Yeah, so I thought I'd jump on as well. How are you, mate? You've had a couple of busy evenings with your races, so I'll give you someone to talk to.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
No in-depth knowledge, no comedy, just someone to bounce off. How about that?
No comedy.
Can't promise you.
Oh, gotta have comedy on one of my series. Everyone's already loving my GR4s before the Timmy! And even Timmy loves that I'm doing that as well. It's always fun when I get Mew in on the chat.
Oh yeah.
I forget about the racing sometimes, chatting with Mew. So yeah, so a bit about tonight's race. It's at Circuit de la Sarthe. 11 o'clock time of day. Super softs or soft tyres can be used. Tyre wears on ×1, no tyre regulation. Starting fuel 60%. Fuel consumption ×1. And we've got 11 laps around this bad boy. Cars being used are the GR1 old Group C cars and GR3s matching manufacturers. We're just starting up stop check.
Away they go.
I do love that master though. Just the pure sound of it.
I think they all managed to get away okay.
It looks like it. And now the chaos ensures.
Yeah. Manali bringing up the rear.
Obviously doesn't want to get his car damaged. I can understand.
No, don't want to go scratching the paintwork. Out he jumps.
No. He's just. Yes. Yeah, that car does not like to stop. I tried using this in multi-class, and I wished I hadn't.
Okay, it was like that, was it? Well, this one no chicanes, so they're not going to have to probably have the trouble you did then.
Wasn't at Le Mans, it was a Red Bull,
Just
I think it was.
Track you happened to be racing on.
Well, yeah, with my special racing style of either too slow or too fast into a corner and use cars.
Yes, yeah, it's always easier. Still got to post up, let's jump back in myself.
Well, Athens unfortunately got a penalty already on his out lap. I'm just trying to see.
Okay. Out then, hot lap at me.
So we got Hatton with his. Oh yeah, Hansa. I plan to enjoy it, mate. See how you people actually do race, rather than me just toot around the track looking at the scenery.
Yeah. More interested in the recovery equipment down the side.
235 for M3, 236. Athens already got through Mulsanne. Hatton again picked up another penalty. as he comes into Mulsanne.
There's the jet, not overly quick. 233.
Maybe he's put a bit more downforce on so he can get round the corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hans has got a bit more oomph.
I've heard that rumour.
Yes. Sorry, I just got distracted there by one of my other leagues.
Yeah. Well, we've got Athenam just about to start his flying lap.
Hello, Mew. Interesting comment, at least you're generally pointing in the right direction. You haven't seen me race. I don't make the corner into a curve, I make it into a square. So up through Dunlop Athens. Hatton just starting his lap now.
Off goes M3 guy. Good luck, Nick.
Matty Cakes just coming up to Ford. Is it Ford? I can live. Yeah, now Ford and Recordment. Me butchering the French language yet again. Hands are not far behind him. So Athens now on the back straight. Me and Mr. C named it one race because we couldn't agree on one. I've got Budgie in the room with me, Mew.
Evening, Mew. How you doing? All right. So Athenam just about to slam his brakes on for the first time in a minute.
So that's how you do it.
Out the corner. Yeah, who would have thought? These ways, softs. I'm picking up a little penalty back there again.
Yes, and you notice the other thing with Hatton, he races with no ABS. He turns ABS. He's
got it on yellow.
Yeah, he turns it off. Yeah.
Okay.
And I knew M3 guy was coming because I could hear him powering down the straight after him.
Yeah.
Yes, definite the Hans has got a couple of miles an hour quicker than everyone else. It's about 4 or 5 miles quicker than Maticat going down there. So as we get Athens.
Nice little pull along there.
I'm not sure what the rules. Sorry, I'm not sure what the rules are with slipstream. So Athens coming into Ford and Reconment and across the line. The 305.12. Hatton down into Ford. Slightly slower. 307. Hansa and Matty Cake very close together. Oh, what a... Both of them pick it up.
Yeah. Park it up there. Lovely.
Yeah. Hansa 322, I think that was then. So now we wait for Big Boss Man to say. In fact,
Full hail.
I think Fubs just went, sod it, I'm going. So we've got Fubs in the Mercedes, Paulie in the Mercedes. We've got the two luminous pink Attenzas.
Yeah.
And Luckman and Easy Geezer, I believe.
And the wide ass.
Oh, and Jenik in his Nissan. Hold up. I'm sure Jenik was supposed to be in the Nissan, but that's no Nissan, that's a Jag.
Yeah.
Ah. It's Luckman and his tables are wrong. His table says Jenik's in the Nissan, but Racer Information says the Jag.
Yeah. We'll blame that on Luckman then.
Yep. Probably my fault.
I would have thought so.
Lack of information.
Yeah, we'll blame it on that. That's easy enough.
Well, as I say, information is power, and I like to hold it. Hiya, Nick. Not a bad lap there, mate. Yeah, so GR1s have only got 50 mile an hour quicker down that straight.
Yeah.
Could have been worse, Nick, because Matty and Hansa big penalties coming up into the last chicane, which killed their laps.
Oh, we've had that. That's alright, just on there. I'm not sure if that's Matty Cake or Ryan.
What's that?
Been in pink cars.
That's probably Lewis. You got Nilly Snyder and Ryton in the pink cars.
Yeah, Ryan got excited on the brake pedal into the first bit of braking at the end of long straight. But it's only the warm-up lap, innit?
Yes.
This lap's next.
And you're second because you drove the second quickest. Simple as.
Yeah.
So Fub's just come out from the Porsches. Paulie Archie with Lewis right behind him. So Fubs is now on to his lap.
The car reminds me of a packet of sweets. Can't remember what type of sweets they were. Just those little pink and little blue
Shrimps.
No, really small, like little balls, like BB gun sized.
Oh, was they nerds?
That's it, nerds. Reminds me of a packet of nerds. Kabuki the nerds.
And Paulie's is quite a colourful livery. And then you get the Wrighton inspired Deadpool, Deadpool on a unicorn, bright pink monster. Now,
Paulie's picked up a half-second penalty on his qualifying lap.
It's that corner, isn't it? Which one is it now? It's Tete Rouge. It's a penalty magnet, that corner is.
Buki flying down the straight. Just go over the rise, round the corner.
Right and right up. Look, it's that close. He could be looking in his prison pocket.
Hey.
Now the question is,
6.
see, Wrighton's going along at 185 in Luckman's slip.
Yeah.
100. Saying that, Luckman's going at 182. Jenik 184.
Yeah, so they've gone for the pace down the straight then.
So Fubs are just round Indianapolis. Is that Arnage? Yes. I'm still here. I'm starting to remember the corners.
I thought you were still reading them off out your book.
No, I've got a track map. I've got a folder full of them now on my computer. So Archie's, Paulie's still got that bit of a penalty. Wrighton's picked one up as well now.
Fabuki coming into what I'm going to call the stadium sectiony bit.
Yeah, I'll keep calling it the complex.
Oh, that's
it's just after the Porsches, isn't it? And then into Ford and Recombinant.
On that one. Seems to be fine hand out.
341. Paulie's still with that, trying to burn that penalty going through the chicanes. Lewis comes over the line with 345. Paulie with 345. Luckman comes up to the line with a 342.
Yeah.
We just got, which just leaves Easy Geezer. Jenik's got him with a fast for 341.087. And Easy coming with 346. So everyone will now pop into the pits, put the chosen rubber on, and then sector 2 I think they've got to drive out to. We get this show on the road.
Yeah. So we're looking at 11 laps.
Yes.
And about a 3-minute lap for the one.
Yep. 340 for the GR3s.
Okay. So we're looking at about half an hour race.
I think.
Longer.
So now everyone just, now they've changed the tyres, get out to sector 2. Oh, that's a point. There's no Alan. No Alan about the place.
Where's Alan?
I haven't seen him since we had our little Fall Guy session.
Has he not been very well?
I don't know. I haven't seen him about, to be honest. Must be working.
Yeah.
Matty Cake has a game. Matty Cakes has had a game of dominoes.
So damage is on then. What's that set to light?
I'd imagine it's set to light, yeah. I don't think there's any assist. Any assist problems either, so it's full free reign. And I've just had a panic moment because it looked like I've finally got to charge my keyboard up.
Oh. Look at the size of the Toyota up against the jack. Huge.
What, the GR3?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this... It is a bit of a beast, isn't it, the Atenza?
Hands are accidentally catching Janik there.
He does that quite a bit when pre-race.
Yeah, a little.
Love tap. So here we go then, guys.
We can watch the GR3s start, I think. Now on the back.
Alright, I'll keep on the GR1s then. So, and that was the one thing I forgot to say, it was rolling start as well.
Yeah. So Janik leading for Buki, right lad. Lutman, Ali. Yes, starting at not the best part on the course.
So we got Athens leading off out, Hatton right behind him. M3 guy now closing right up on Hatton.
Got Brighton lad with a good start, closing in on Fabuki through the opening couple of corners. Paulie is going for cuddles with Lutman Ali's right up close as well.
Ooh.
Matt Cake is in there.
Trying to wheedle his way through them.
Past.
Just have a quick look at them.
Berlin right and along.
M3 guy had just absolutely flew past Hatton like he wasn't there.
Lutman Ali going past Paulie Archie in 9th and 10th down the straight, taking it in turns.
Yep, right, and he's right behind Fubs. Ooh, I see Ali went a bit wide there.
Yeah, they're all working together. Janik pulling away, he's not 2.5 seconds.
M3 guy now coming.
2 seconds.
M3 guy had a look just before they went into Indianapolis, which could have left him open for Hatton to come right back round him. So Maticakes has really got his work cut out. 15 seconds back on Hansa. M3A guy looking on the inside as they go to the Porsche, but Athens just shuts the door on him. But this has allowed Hatton to try and make a move on M3 guy.
Still very close in the GR3s between Fabuki leading a group of cars away with Wright and Ladd in 8th. Lookman is still keeping himself in front of Pagliacci, 9th and 10th.
He's managed to open a little bit of a gap, hasn't he?
Yeah, Lewis just looks like he's dropping slightly. Easy Geese is just sort of holding on as they move into the complex.
Yeah, Jenic's just doing what Jenic does once he gets in front. Although Fubs has obviously set his car to get better around corners because he just took a second off that leader Jenics.
Yeah, it looks like he's cut that down by about a second and a half from the end of the what I choose to call the really long straight.
Athens has now opened a 3-second lead on M3 guy. I'm wondering whether Hatton will have picked up a penalty there because he went a bit wide in Tetra Rouge. And he's now getting the full slipstream effect off M3 guy. But that Porsche just hasn't got the pull like the Mazda, has had to drop back in behind.
Jenic with bonus XP.
Ooh. And Fob's right, bit right.
I want to say he held it just on the black stuff enough there.
I think so, because it's what Hatton did, and I thought he was going to pick one up. Because the tests, couple of races we had, it turned out that the Porsche was possibly the best all-rounder of the old Group C cars. And it was between the Mazda and the Jag with the top speed, but the Porsche just managed its fuel and tyre so much better.
Right. He's going from the back. Easy Geezer in 12th, still keeping up with the pack. He's 3.7 off. Lewis and Brighton cracking along within sort of a second and a half of each other. Little gap of again a second and a half. That seems to be the main gap through the sort of inner field there. Lookman pulling away slightly, Fabuki pulling away from him, and Fabuki and Jenic looks like they're going to be dancing through the section here.
Yes, so I've just gone to it. See, Fubs is right on his back bumper. Jenic's still with the small experience points. I am okay. Fubs just having a look as they come down to Indianapolis. Doing good, mate. We're just watching a bit of some good racing, to be fair. Oh, Jenic, I think there might have been a slight contact from Fubs there on Jenic because he went a bit squirrely coming out of the Arnage. And Lookman is starting to come back to them a bit.
Is it the rules on penalties on this is that they don't really matter? You just got to lose them before you cross the line at the end?
Yep, that's it. I was just trying to see where Hatton got past M3 guy, but I think he must have got a bit squirrely going through the final chicane. And now Hatton's got a matching penalty with M3 guy.
Hansa's not far behind at all now.
No. But yeah, M3 guys got the beating of Hatton on the straights. He was 1.2 seconds behind, and now he's ready to come. Oh, contact between the pair of them, but they both held it. And M3 guys just literally flew past him as they come down to Mulsanne.
Back in the GR3s, we've got Fabuki leading the group. He's 2 seconds in front of Jenik now. Just behind him, 4 seconds back, Lookman. 3 seconds back to Paulie. Wright and Ladd and Neil still within 2 seconds of each other back there. Easy Geezer still holding on at the back. Neil's a little bit out of shape coming round there. Might get himself a better line down the straight.
Do we know what happened? Did Fubs just fly past Jenik, or did Jenik have a little issue?
Yes, it was a good piece of overtaking somewhere.
Oh,
again, now Jenik's catching him because we're back on the back straight and Jenik's faster car on the straight.
Hans is ready to make the move on M3 guy as they go through the Porsche and into the complex, as we called it. But M3 guy just shutting every door that he comes by. And we've had our first retiree, Matty Cakes. I hadn't seen him for quite a while.
Yeah, he couldn't get himself back on the back of the pack and was having to push a little bit hard and had gone wide a couple more times. So yeah, that was an awful lot of work for him back there in the Jag. So Fabuki managing to keep himself in front of Jenik.
A little bit of contact with Hansa and M3 as they go through the Dunlop. And I think it may have led to M3 picking up a penalty because he had to cut a bit of the corner off. M3's gone very ragged, which has allowed Hans to get round past him. Now can Hansa try and close up the gap onto Hatton now?
Oh, what did I think? That's Wrighton, lad. You might be able to catch that if you jump to Wrighton. Yeah, it was Wrighton. If get the replay of him spinning off.
Oh yes, the curbs, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's dropped him down to the back, so you got Easy Geezer, Lewis and Wrighton having a right old battle now.
Yeah.
M3 guys still trying to get back round Hansa. Let's see if he can try and get that done before Indianapolis pulls alongside. Through Indianapolis. That Mazda is amazing. So you got
that super close contact race in there. We've got Lookman Ali in the middle of the racetrack on his own, 5 seconds behind Jenik.
Seriously is, yeah.
Paulie, concentrating on himself.
Same with Paulie, 6 seconds back on Lookman, 7 seconds back on Wrighton.
Oh, that's a good bit of XP gain there by Lookman as well. He's got half an XP there. Running slightly wide.
And M3 guys, have to shoot him past Hansa in his Ayrton Senna liveried car through Ford down to Reconment.
My screen is filled with bright pink with Wrighton and Nil side by side along the really long straight.
I'm just looking at some of these races, and you got Athens. Apart from the first lap, he's been doing 304s every lap. Hatton's 305, 307, 305. M3 guy 307, 310, 307. And then you got Hans's 308s, consistent. Jenik is now starting to close back up on Fubs. And Lewis has got back round in front of Wrighton, I see. Wrighton with a lovely 2.9 second penalty. It's a lot of pink to have on screen, that is.
It is, isn't it?
Fair enough, Matty. These GR2 Group C cars, they take some getting used to.
Oh, they're god awful. Horrible things to control and drive.
I do love the Mazda though. I think that's back from Gran Turismo 2. It was my go-to car in that for the fast races. M3 guy and Hansa are now starting to close up slowly on Hatton. Athens 10 seconds clear. Fubs has opened that lead back up on Jennings to 2.6. Jennings is
complex again. He seems quicker. Bookie definitely quicker through the complex, but Jenik having the speed down the really long straight. Lookman expanding the numbers. It looks like he's just keeping up with Jenik. I think it was 6.6 last time. It's 6.3 now, and he's pulling away from Paulie Archie, who was 9.5 seconds in front and 9.5 seconds behind. It's a bit of clear track for him on his own. And the pink screen cars.
You did say you were going to go with the GR3s.
Yeah.
Now I'm just wondering, they're 2 minutes ahead. There is very good possibility that the GR3s will get lapped in this race. So where's Fubs? Yep, Fubs at the end of the straight. Athens halfway down it. And yep, fly straight past. Straight. Bye bye, pink boys. The M3 guy who was closing in on Hatton has had the lead drop back out to, and Hans has actually dropped back from M3 guy as well. Jenik right there on the back of Fubs. They come down to Indianapolis.
Oh, I'm getting lucky there. I just managed to get in front of Easy Geezer at just the right point on the track.
Looked like Easy Geezer picked a penalty up at the same for his misfortune as well, by the look of it. And now he's got his brother come flying past him. Just having to see what happens with. So point 3 as they go into the Porsche.
So Janet catching up to Fabuki, taking it back to 1.2 at the end of the really long straight. So those two are stretching and catching up again.
Yeah, but before they go into the Porsches, it was 0.3. So Hatton's just got past Paulie Archie. Still with his 5-second lead on M3 guy, who's got hands are 1.3 seconds behind. See, that leads back up to 2.4, 2.5. Jennick's watching out because he's got Athens come flying past him. Could be said.
Midway of lap 7. It's the first over there. The entire GR3s have been lapped then. Going Hansa still keeping up with M3 guy. Another little bit of penalty there. Bit of bonus XP.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Yeah, on this long straight, Jennings just devouring that lead that Fubs has built up. Just took a second out of it already. So they go through where the second chicane would be. With Hatton powering up behind him.
Oh, just managed to get in front of Fabuki there. That was a little bit touch and go, shall we say. A little bit boisterous.
Hans is right up and behind M3 now. As they come up on Jennick. Oh.
Janet just kind of got over. Got confused by having too many GR1s all wrapped around him.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at it now. I think that was a bit of. He expected M3 guy to just come flying past him. But M3 guy hit the curb, went a bit squirrely, and he stuck by the side of him and just ruined his line into the corner. Which has allowed Hansa to fly past M3 guy with a 2-second lead.
Yeah, and puts Janik 7.5 seconds behind Fabuki now. But on the other side now, now Luckman's got someone to gauge. He's only 2.5 seconds behind him.
He has, yes.
So we'll be looking for Luckman to put down some good lap times now.
Poor Paulie, completely in no man's land. 12 seconds behind Luckman. 13 in front of Lewis, who seems to have won the team battle. Geezer's unfortunately lost touch with those two now. Hansa could be in trouble with that third position coming down the back straight. With them three in that bullet of a Mazda.
Extreme on the bullet as well, yeah, he should be just flying past, but he's got the power to pull out and go past, because we've seen how Hans has tried to overtake him before and not made it.
There he goes, 242. And he has. But Hans is coming straight back. Through where the second chicane is. Hans has taken the position back. But M3's looking to go on the outside as they come down to Mulsanne. This is not going to end nicely, I can't. He's backed out just in time. Hans are very late on the brakes there.
So for Buki now 6.5 seconds in front of Jenik. Jenik just taking a little bit out, sort of gaining a second on Buki there and gaining a second on Luckman. So he must have had a good sort of section of the lap there. Paulie still sat on his own, trying to keep his concentration.
And M3 guys got back in front of Hansa. And he picks up a penalty for his joy. Nah. You're right there, but there's no need to force a move. And if they're using true multi-class rules, it's up for the GR1s. Shouldn't expect the GR3s to just get out of the way. Yeah, Jenik's dropped that down to 4 seconds now. Still 4 seconds back to Luckman though. No problem.
He continues to woo itself down a really long straight.
They really are working together, aren't they?
Yeah. Look at the difference in the mileage between the two of them. So I think that's Lewis's 76 miles.
Yeah.
Right, and enjoys that car a lot more, nearly 600 miles.
Oh, well, I had a shock last night. I don't know if you was watching at the time, but I looked at Petri's GR2. 15,000 miles on the clock.
Don't look at Fubuki then.
No, that's only 600.
Yeah, but 1,863 miles.
Yeah, but Petri's was 15,000.
Ah, oh, okay. Not any good.
No.
How many times? He's been around the Earth once.
Exactly. Oh, and something's up.
Drop back.
Has Hansa been in the pits? Something certainly happened on his last lap. 9 seconds down. So they must have had a coming together. Mew, have you been watching? Has Hansa got a stream up? Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, quick go back on his stream. Oh, I could do that, he twitches, doesn't he? But hey. No.
He might not be doing it tonight.
No, I don't think he is. No. So yeah, Fubuki is still keeping himself 5.3 in front of Jenik. Luckman 5 seconds behind. Then you're looking at 16 seconds now to Paulie Archer. He's still 12 seconds in front of Wright and the lad who's one point there, following each other around the track. And Easy Geezer following up behind.
And at the front we've got Athens, 15 seconds in the lead, with over Hatton in second, who's 8.7 seconds in front of M3 guy, who is then 8.4 seconds in front of Hansa.
I think we've got a little under 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, because the GR3s will only have to do 10 laps, won't they?
Yeah.
GR1s have got 2 laps to go. And Hansa is starting to claw his way back to M3 guy. Fubs, ooh, with lots of experience. 4 seconds in front of Jenik. Jenik's just left Lutman. I think Lutman may need to do, although fuel's times 1. Has he got enough fuel to do 2.5 laps?
Well, I think with Lutman now, he's got enough time that he can come in the pits, put some fuel in, and get out again if needed. But on the other side, can he put the fuel ratio down a little bit through the complex? But yeah, it's not showing how many miles he's got left, but he's probably got enough. Paul Archie's about the same.
Yes. Athens having a very lonely but very good race out in front.
It's lonely at the top, so I've heard.
Well, his slowest lap apart from the first lap is a 3:05.254. That's his slowest. While Hatton's fastest is 3:05.377.
It's very consistent for such a long track.
See, Hansa was slow. See, Hansa's put in a 3:05.083 on his last lap. But yeah, Athens.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Fubs has got a nice clear gap to Jenik. Jenik's just, I do believe that Lutman is possibly doing a bit of fuel saving now, the way that lead's building up.
I've also got, if you look at everything, with Fabuki with his 5.2 second penalty, and Jenik with a 0.1. Well,
Yes,
Jenik
that's
is
true.
within 5 seconds of Fubs.
And Lewis has got back in front of Wrighton.
Athenome on his final lap now. So it's just starting the final lap.
Yep. Hans has just come across the line, 6 seconds down on M3 guy.
Athenome beating his fastest lap quite considerably there.
Oh, 3:03. Fubs just coming down to Indianapolis. With Jenik 2 seconds behind him.
Both of them with the flashing fuel dials. We'd expect them to have enough to make it to the end.
Fubs is looking like got the fastest lap at the moment. So unfortunately we don't know what happened to Hansa. We don't know whether there was contact or not. And then Phobs gets
struggling to. Is it going to be? It's not the final lap for him, so he's still got another lap to do, and he's now only 8 seconds in front of Pagliacci.
I do wonder whether he has got enough.
Is in the pits?
And Jenik.
So has Lukman saved enough fuel?
This is going to be interesting. Phobs and Jenik have managed to get back out.
Pagliacci in the pits on 2, had to pit.
I think Wrighton and Lewis might be okay.
Yeah, they've been working well together, haven't they? The slipstreaming. Hatton catching up on Easy Geezer around there, sends Easy Geezer round a little bit. We have a finish. Athenaeum wins, crosses the line in first. Hatton coming in second.
Yep, as he comes down to recumbent, the final time. M3 now down into Ford. Not the best place to stop or be, Easy Geezer.
No, I don't.
Hands are across in 4th.
So for Buki in front of Jenik.
3.4 seconds.
Got an awful lot of fuel in.
I think Jenik's put even a bit more on him.
Yeah.
And then you got Lukman with hardly any.
Booms.
And the way that lead's building out.
Fumes off fumes, yeah. And Nils and Brighton Lad for finishing as well. Made it across, so we're just waiting to see. That for Buki and Jenik.
Yep.
Hovering around 2 seconds. And the main thing is whether the person who actually runs the lobby can cross the line with fuel in his tank.
It does. But yeah, it's a very good win for Athens.
Oh, pressure.
And all Jenik's thinking is, I've just got to stay within 2 seconds of Phobs.
Yeah.
And not pick any penalties up myself. Keep dropping back to Lukman. Oh, that red gauge is...
It's barely there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So on one side I want that fuel to stay in the tank so he can get himself across the line, thus meaning I can get on to bed tonight.
Exactly.
Genuinely funny if he does run out of fuel in his own race.
And in fact, I think Phobs has realised, because now Jenik's with less than a second of Phobs. I wonder if Phobs has been trying to burn some penalty and the penalty's decided it's not going down.
I did notice in the race last night people seem to have to pull over for a little bit before maybe Friday night when they're racing. It wasn't quite as instant as it has been.
Lukman's still going. Phobs has opened that lead back up, but unfortunately his penalty's gone up. So as it goes through Ford and then recumbent. And the time went.
Past Lukman finishes.
Yes.
Wow, yeah, he just well done. It's fastest lap, clean race, and pole position goes to.
A runaway with Victor.
Oh, man.
Yep. So if we have a look at the result. So what we was waiting to see we didn't get a chance to. So Athens was our winner, Hatton is second, M3 guy in third, Hansa in fourth of the GR1s, Matty Cake retired. So with our GR3s, we had Fubs takes the win, Jenick in second, Luckman in third, Paulie Archie in fourth, Wrighton in fifth, Lewis in sixth, and Easy Geezer in seventh. Was he the only person without a penalty? Was he, Lewis? Paulie Archie, you should get congratulations. He's the only one who didn't pick a penalty up.
Yeah. Well done.
So there we go, guys.
Here we are.
Well
Yeah,
done.
not bad at all.
That worked out quite well for Fubs in the end. I wonder if it's how it shows something different on their results.
Oh yeah. So at the moment.
Congratulations, Athens. Superb victory.
Yeah. Let's say led from start to finish, fastest lap, clean race.
And at that point, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to end the stream, and thank you, Butch, for helping me.
No problem at all. Pleasure and all that.
Hopefully be back next week.
Yeah, why not?
Good man. Right then, guys, thanks for watching. Give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta.
Bye bye.